Hi, American Film My Phone, and welcome to another video. Today we're getting back into Madonna, and I'm very excited to get into this one. I thought it was an interesting title. It's Erotica. Alright. It's from 1992. Alright. And it's an hour and 10 minutes. So, we got our work cut out for us. So, thank you for requesting this video. And anyway, let's get into it. Track number 1, Erotica, the title track. Oh, it's staticky to start. Ooh, that bass. Oh, where are we going? Okay, it kind of reminds me of like how Swim went on Ray of Light. Ooh, like to put you in a trance. Well, you got me, Madonna. Would you let yourself go? Wow. Teach you how to. On my body, hey. She likes control. I don't think you know what day it is. I actually don't know what day it is. A different kind of dance? Only one that hurts you can make you feel better. Oh, pause. So that was Erotica, and what a way to start off this album. I think it's kind of what I expected in some way. I knew it was either gonna be a slow jam or it was gonna be super in-your-face loud and everything, but the 90s really weren't super RuPaul drag queen-esque type of charisma when it comes to intimacy appeal, for lack of a monetizable term. And so it makes sense that she went with the latter of being the slow, kind of groovy track that reminds me a little bit of Swim and how it's taking its time and it's going with a rhythm, but just the way and the speed that it wants to go. And, you know, with Madonna, it sounds like she controls what speed she goes. There's a lot of lines in here that I probably shouldn't say out loud, but I think that she likes control in that department. And good for her, as she deserves. We'd love to see it. There's a lot of those innuendos of only one who causes you pain is the one who can heal you or take that pain away. I don't know if that's true, but I get the metaphor. I understand the analogy you're trying to make here, Madonna. There's definitely some places where she could have said different things, but instead she moaned. Also valid. It is your right to do, and it tells us where we're kind of going with this project. I'm excited to see how it goes because an hour and 10 minutes, that's a long session. I don't know if it's all gonna be about the erotic or if it's going to change into different things. I don't know how it'll be. I felt like Ray of Light, it was cohesive to some degree. Actually, it really wasn't, with Frozen and The Power of Goodbye does not sound anything like Ray of Light. Yeah, there was a lot of different things. It was still a really great album, but it wasn't sonically cohesive. Confessions on a Dance Floor is pretty sonically cohesive. American Life was incredibly sonically cohesive to the point where I was surprised that it was. And that brings us here, and I don't know where it will be because I've only heard one song. So let's go into track number 2, Fever. Oh, we picked up the tempo a little bit. Never know how much I love you. Oh, yeah, this is like funky dance, almost hip-hop inspired. You give me fever. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Fever all through the night. Oh, need a cold washcloth. Ooh, treat me right. Take these arms I'll never use. Okay. Fever started long ago. Okay, like Power of Love and Lust. Oh, cut out. This feels like a throwback track, but I know it's just from that time. What a lovely way to burn. Ooh, masochistic. So that was Fever, and I actually just looked it up because I was confused about the Pocahontas thing, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because the story of Pocahontas and many indigenous women is often written by white people who are just saying what they think, and a lot of the people then were really just not kind to indigenous people, or would romanticize them or glamorize them. It's tacky, honestly. It doesn't really fit here. And I found out that this is a cover, so I believe all the words are originally not from Madonna, but the fact that it's a house track is very different. So I do like the house track production on it. I think they did great with that. Lyrically, it was about, becoming a little hot and bothered. They give you a little bit of sickness that maybe you don't want to get rid of. You come down with love, in the words of All Star Weekend. I haven't thought about All Star Weekend in probably a decade. What are they up to now? What was their hit that I actually really liked? I didn't really like Come Down With Love. I remember Radio Disney promoting that. I was like, not for me. I don't even know if they were decently known. I don't think they were. They were probably within just the Radio Disney knowledgeable people of the late aughts, early 2010s. So I guess I have to figure that out. And I'll put the name of the song that I know I like from them on the screen now. But yeah, that's what the song is about. I am still very rubbed the wrong way about the inclusion of Pocahontas and John Smith's story, which is heavily contested about whether it's a romance, a friendship, or if it's just, the white guy is like, oh, this woman was nice to me, maybe we're in love, and she's like, I am a child, which I'm almost certain she was. So I don't know if we want to romanticize that in 1992 or 2023. Track number 3 is Bye Bye Baby. Okay, we keep throwing it back to some house. This is not a love song. Oh, Bye Bye. It's a FU anthem. I can't wait forever. TikTok. Ooh, is this some cowbell or something like that? I know I love you because I hate you. Ooh, she was ahead of her time. I feel like this will sound really good in headphones. Not the what wakes you up inside. Hit me with existentialism. Baby, bye-bye. To love you is a sin. Well, I wouldn't go that far. I can tell it's not a love song now, Madonna. Dang. Ooh. Ha! So that was a Bye Bye Baby, and I called it an FU anthem before she said that at the end. Huh. Vibes. This is obviously a breakup song. It's chill. It's very mellow in the background. Bye bye, baby, bye bye. I like the filtering on her voice. It's very interesting. It feels like it's coming through like a telephone or through some vintage TV. Well, not vintage at that time, but like an older TV with a little bit of static, but like you could still hear it clearly, and you're like feeling that deep into the nostalgia. At least for me, I'm feeling that nostalgia. I think the lyrics are pretty straightforward. They're pretty blunt. Are they the best example of Madonna's creative songwriting? No. But it's still a very fun song. And I think she gets her energy out. But I think it still fits on the album of being the love type songs, and the idea of, oh, what turns you on? What are all these things? And does it make you happy when I cry? I think it does. So the idea of pain being within the relationship, both a pleasure and actually hurt. This is her, I don't need you, I put your boots on the porch. I am taking the keys, I'm taking the house, I'm taking the kids. I am doing what I want. I don't think she had a kid at this point. But you understand what I'm saying. To the left, everything you own in a box to the left. It's classic breakup vibes. Not necessarily the most angry. I think You Oughta Know did it better a few years later in terms of the angry breakup song. But It's a chill, not super confrontational type. It's confrontational and it's direct, but it's not confrontational in terms of the energy brought to it. And sometimes you just need one of those when you're breaking up with someone. You're like, I'm just over it. I'm done with it. I realize that you have so many red flags. I don't need to see them. Bye. Be gone. I'm gonna go. Peace. Track number 4 is Deeper and Deeper. Deeper and deeper. Oh, that's repetition. Okay. I'll shut up now. Okay, make me dance. Yes. That sounded like a very familiar melody. Daddy couldn't be around? Oh, you mentioned this? Sweeter and sweeter, the more that I know. Feels almost nursery rhyme-ish. My love is alive. Ooh, we had a breakdown. The castanet's really nice touch. Yeah, that. Oh, the castanets, it's like ASMR. Yes. Oh, choir, bring it out. Oh, I love that solo moment. So that was Deeper and Deeper, and oh, what an earworm. That's such a dance floor anthem. Yeah, I'm very excited to dance to that one. This is probably my favorite one so far. I think it's just because it's instantly catchy. It's a good vibe, and I relate to it that I go deeper and deeper the further I go. Every kiss gets sweeter the more that I know. Yeah, the song is super relatable to me, I guess in particular. I don't know how y'all feel. But for me, I feel like when I find someone that I'm really interested in and I can start picturing a life very quickly. It doesn't have to be someone I've dated. It doesn't have to be someone I've hung out with in a more than friends context. It can just be a passerby on the train that I don't take that often. It can be someone I see down the street. I am prone to fall in love very easily. I fall in love just a little bit every day with someone new. Thanks, Hosier. That was also very relatable. But the idea is that once you crush on someone, the more you learn about them, you just fall deeper and deeper in either infatuation, love, whatever it may be, whatever you call it. Yes, because everyone works differently and also has different words for things. I think this is actually a very honest thing. I don't think everyone wants to share how quickly they can fall in love or just go head over heels for someone so quickly. But a lot of people can. And I think she's being really open and honest talking about it because I don't think that's something that I hear from many people, even though I know it's true for many people, including myself. So I'm glad she said it. It's also in a really catchy song. I really enjoyed it. The castanet features of castanets. Gosh dang it. That is something that I do appreciate Madonna, is that she does some good synths and she also does some really good percussion. And I don't think I mentioned this as many times. I used to mention it basically in every video, but I did grow up as a percussionist. I did it in middle and high school, and I love when an artist realizes to put the percussion where it belongs, which is in an important place. Not all songs should it be just a beat setter or maybe a snare drum roll for fun effect. No, use those auxiliary percussion. Use the ones that people don't just use. Use more than just a drum kit. Use more than just some timpani. Use more than maybe a marimba every so often. The castanets, that's a fun little choice. I feel like I gotta play the castanets. Did I ever play the castanets? I feel like there was only 2 or 3 songs during my entire time in band where someone was playing the castanets, and I don't think it was ever me, which is disappointing, but I love the good castanets. I'm glad that they got that feature. Oh my gosh. I always thought it sounded really good, and within a song that's otherwise feeling very synthy and very 80s, 90s inspired, I feel like it just felt like ASMR. I don't know. It just felt like raw and live, and yes. So I do appreciate it because I think a lot of drums can be very compressed. I mean, some people just don't do live percussion, which I know it's harder to record than pretty much any other instrument for stuff. But yeah, no, I definitely see Madonna being a little creative here, and it's still a freaking bop. Again, probably my favorite so far on this album. It looks like it's the most streamed so far on this album. There's Rain later that looks pretty well streamed, but otherwise it's looking like it's getting the love it deserves. Track number 5, Where Life Begins. Oh, we're in for maybe a slower track. Ooh, saxophone. You gotta have some saxophone on a sultry album. Oh yeah, bring the beat in. Honey, honey. It can happen down low. Go down where it's warm inside. Go down where life begins. I see what you did there. Home cooked meal. Girl, you did not. Different way to kiss. Girl. So that was Where Life Begins. Madonna. Madonna. You silly woman. Look at you. Alright. I get it. Someone has not been pleasing you the way you want to be pleased. Or they're just really good at what they do and they know what's best for you. And you're just like, well, I'll make a little fun song. Okay. Madonna. Erotica. For all the men that didn't get it, whether they be straight or gay, straight because you're clueless, and gay because you don't deal with women in that way at all. But this is a reference to, how should I say, providing joy for a woman with your mouth, but not with her mouth. Yes. Near legs. Yes. And that's basically the song. It's an invitation. It's a set of Socratic questions, and it's delivered very well. Maybe a little too well, Madonna. I enjoyed the song. It's a little slow for my taste, but I think that's very intentional for the song. However, I think I do tend to like her faster songs than her slower songs, but I could make an exception. Track number 6 is Bad Girl. Oh, so Where Life Begins was you being a good girl? Ooh, this ballad mode? I like this production. I feel like it's either gonna grow in just intensity or in speed. Can't bring myself to let you go. Oh no. Oh, she's cheating? Drunk by 6. Girl. Ooh. That drum repeat. So that was Bad Girl, and okay. So she's not really being a bad girl in the sense of Where Life Begins is concerned. She's much more saying bad as in being a bad partner. Whether she's cheating by kissing someone or being with someone else's hips, I think she also said as well. Yeah. She's not necessarily the best partner, and she's also drunk by 6, which is, that's early. I mean, I guess the phrase 5 o'clock somewhere would mean that if you were saying that, then drunk by 6, that's an efficient, heavily efficient, dangerously efficient time to get to that point. I think this was told much more from a retrospect point of view. I don't know if it's even about Madonna or anything, but the idea of the alcoholism as well as the cheating and probably some other things in there are what has led them to break up as a couple, which makes sense. If you're not being faithful to someone who wants you to be faithful to them, you guys shouldn't be dating. That's just how it is. I am still figuring out whether non-monogamy can be generally ethical, and we're still working on that. But I think within that front, really, as long as people who are open stay away from people who are closed and don't try to make them open, then I think that's okay. Also, it's good definitely to have consent of all the parties, as always. I feel like the song is a little misplaced on this album, unless you're trying to be saying that the adultery is the more like, ooh, exciting, erotic even. I can maybe see that. That's more of a stretch. But this seems like a song that could have gone in more of the lyrical themes of American life, or maybe another album that I just haven't heard from Madonna yet. I felt like the song was a little long for me. I feel like there's a lot of repetition within the bad girl drunk by 6. I just didn't need to hear it all the times I did. And that's okay. I lived through it. But again, a lot of these songs are a little long for the sake of being long. Like, it's only 13 songs, but the fact that it's an hour and 10 minutes is because these songs take their time. And sometimes it's lovely, like Deeper and Deeper, where it's going on very good. But it can also be more repetitive and just existing there. I guess if you're spiraling as a person, you're going to hear those thoughts in your head several times. So it could mimic that. But also, I would probably do a radio edit to make it shorter. Track number 7 is Waiting. Ooh, you gotta have that saxophone. Sultry moments. Oh, the spoken word is tempting. Is someone hurting Madonna again? I'll fight them. That's not a legit threat. I don't start fights. I finish them. Oh, piano moment. I feel like I'm in some grimy jazz studio. I have the courage to leave you. Oh, this is breaking up again. I love you anyway, no matter what you do. Oh, girl. She's down hard. Oh, don't break my heart. I'm waiting for you. Oh, no. These jazz piano moments are... Oh. Big hip hop. Oh, TikTok. Oh, I like that. Bringing back in after the pause. Oh, you broke my heart. We're seeing in retrospect. So that was Waiting. And that was a groovy little tune. We had some jazz piano bar vibes, the energy of this chill slick number with chill's definitely some, I don't know, house, hip hop. I don't really know beat styles down to the genre like that. I can tell you that country drum is going to sound different than a rap beat. They're just gonna make different timbres and different pitches and all that. But I thought Waiting was good. I like that part where it stopped for a moment and then just came back. It was wonderful. I like the spoken word seduction contrasted with her pleading in the chorus of them to not break her heart, that she's waiting for them. It seems like they either broke up and she wants to reunite with them, or that they split off and then he started dating someone else, but she's hoping that eventually he'll end that, move on back with her. And it seems like it didn't go well because she said, "You broke my heart," when before she said, "Don't break my heart." So I think he did, tie the knot or get with someone and decide he's not going to be with Madonna. And Madonna is heartbroken. Or the speaker. I don't know if it's about Madonna at all. I wasn't alive at this time. So there's no way for me to know from the tabloids. I could go do some research, but they're hard to track when it's not all digital. I think it'll sound incredible in headphones. I have to see how I'm feeling when I listen to this album. I also feel like both Bad Girl and Waiting, and Deeper and Deeper to some extent, they all have more inklings of Madonna's personality that's less external, her internal personality, that she falls in love quickly, or that she falls hard for someone to a point where if they move on with someone else, they'll still wait for them. And then the Drunk by Six, obviously, and the adultery stuff. Yeah. There's a lot of internal struggles within the speakers or Madonna herself, whichever she's writing from. It's interesting because I didn't think that she'd be talking about getting both naked in the literal sense as well as in the emotional sense. That's really cool that she's playing on having, these very, not necessarily braggadocious, because I definitely feel like that's a very shy girl thing where she's very blunt with how many guys she can be with if she wants to. But I think she's showing here how socks really can sell the whole record, and so then people who were just in it for the socks get the rest of the little emotional matters as well, and tend to relate to Madonna in maybe a more personal sense than this is a nice little song to chill out at the club or to chill out in a room of your house where you may sleep. And while you may argue that there are different rooms in the house where you can sleep, most parts of the house actually where you can do the other activity I was referring to. Track number 8 is Thief of Hearts. Oh. Good night. You're a thief of hearts. Oh, we mad now. She acts like she's your best friend. Oh, did her friend take her man? Oh, she's stealing your boyfriend. She says it right outright. Oh, she's getting sassy. Dang, is that a threat? I love how they keep putting on the mix. Oh, we got police sirens in here. Crime? What have you done as a crime? I don't know about that. No one ever takes what's mine. Shoot. How many licks does it take? Which leg?
Now sit your ass
down. So that was Thief of Hearts, and this is a little bit of a Better Than Revenge song, or a Misery Business type song. This is the song for women who are not supporting women in this moment. There's a lot of memes about Better Than Revenge and Misery Business and being like, I'm a feminist until this song comes on. And I think you can be a feminist and also still like that song. I think you can support equal rights for women in line with this particular woman is annoying. She's rude. She did something malicious. I'm mad at her. I can call her out on that. I think you can do that. I call out men significantly more often than women. You know, you may support women's rights, but I support women's wrongs. And, you know, always standing by a woman. Whatever. And while I commonly do that, you can also be like, this particular person, who happens to be a woman, is not a great person to me. In the same vein of everyone should get ample opportunities, the same amount of opportunities to do things with similar skills and similar experiences, regardless of gender, of course. But that also means that sometimes things you choose to do, that you had the opportunity to do, have consequences. And so you may act in a immoral or unethical or just questionable, objectionable way. And you can definitely call them out on that. So, Madonna's saying, this is a thief of hearts. Somebody come get this woman. She needs to go to prison. But I'm ACAB, so no. It ain't a crime in that way. You can be annoyed, though. And I do support women being annoyed with anyone. Because then otherwise, you're getting put into the idea that women can only overreact. Nah. Just be mad. We here, me, I support you and getting yelly and angry way more often than men. I'm like, men, why are you angry? For what? Why? Track number 9 is words. It's funny at this point. I don't want to hear your words. Oh, yikes. Oh, you think... Oh, this is a continuance. Their words always attack. Yikes. Be kind to each other. You try to gain control. We know that she likes it though. She likes having control, not liking getting that control taken away. Will only make you blue. Ooh, this is back to the original guy. I like this switch up. But no. I feel like I want to just choreograph right now.
Words.
Oh, words on a typewriter. Those words, and I really like that song. It was just a groovy track. I just wanted to like feel it. It goes lyrically in line with Madonna and Sad Girl Hours being like, oh, I was angry about this girl, but I think this is towards not the person he moved on with. I think this is targeted towards her ex-flame. She doesn't want to hear the words of probably things like, I don't want to see you again. It's over. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. It's not you, it's me. All the lines that people say during a breakup, whether they mean it or not. She doesn't want to hear them. They're hurting her. They hurt more than even actions. But the actions also speak louder than the words as well. So, I don't really want to get into the fine details of the breakup happening in this song. But that's what this is about. I didn't expect Erotica to be a breakup album. It's getting like that. I'm not opposed to that, but not what I thought I was signing up for. Track number 10 is Rain, and it is the most streamed song on this album. So let's see how that turns out then. Ooh, feels atmospheric almost. Ooh, feels like almost like a rain dance or groovy tune. I can hear my heart saying, oh, rekindling of love. I like this percussion kit going on. It's good. Here comes the sun. Do, do, do. Anyone else feel like this is what Lorde meant to write when they wrote Solar Power? Oh, key change. Ooh, that's a beautiful acapella moment to end the song. Oh, a storm rain too. So that was Rain, and that was just such a groovy little number. I did joke that if Lorde was taking inspiration from it when she made Solar Power, but Madonna did it better with just this one song. This is what I feel like the Lion King soundtrack is. And I know that the Lion King came out after this. So was Elton John in the Circle of Life inspired by this song? It feels a little bit like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm in the forest, in the jungle, Hakuna Matataing my life, and just really freaking enjoying life. It's a good time. It's a good groove. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this song sounds new agey in a way that a couple of songs have been on American Life and Ray of Light. I'm thinking more of Shantia Chitangi, how that's organized, as well as in Nothing Fails. It sounds a lot like Nothing Fails and Intervention, I think it was. Yeah, so her acoustic songs are like they hit, and that was some good synths. Felt like it was taking inspiration from that movement, and I don't mind that. I feel like, in a way, that hippies who were making the music that I think inspired Madonna to do this, those people are very much like, come, let's heal together. Let me help you. Let me take care of you. Let me extend my open arm and my open hands to you. Yes, let me help you out. And I feel like Madonna and the idea of being a pop icon mother for many queer people, a queer idol, if you will. And she's like, oh, gather around children, I'm here. I know this is 1992 before Stan Twitter was something that existed. But I like that moment as a queer person today, basically, that she's mothering me with this song, almost. Yes. This song is finding love, basically. Their lips, they feel like rain, and that takes away all the past. You're not thinking about that. When you're in the rain, you're feeling the rain. you're going to be acutely aware of the situation. Whether or not you want to be in the rain is a different story. But you're much more likely to remember a rainy day where you're outside than a sunny day when you're outside. I enjoy this tune. Definitely one I'd come back to. Track number 11, Why Is It So Hard? Oh, Madonna. Okay, Madonna. Ooh, that little flute getting funky. Funky flute. Why is it so hard to love? Oh, I knew it was a bait and switch. You bring the same energy from the previous song into the lyrics. What do I have to do to be accepted? Ooh, who's these other vocals on here? Oh, dang, they're much stronger than a little uncredited feature should be. Who should get to say what I believe in? You. Share your love. Ooh, jazzy. So that was Why Is It So Hard? And I think the innuendo was still in the title there, even though the song is not about that. This song is, again, that new agey style, like, come on, let's choose peace, choose love, choose hope, choose desire, choose calm, choose. It's just, I don't know, I'm thinking hippies and thinking about how a lot of them were high out of their minds, but no, I see the vision. I see the vision, and I think it makes what the message is on Ray of Light and Beyond make sense to me. The idea that she's always been inspired to some degree about social causes, social change, thinking about why can't we just have love all the time? And I feel like her songs are falling into two categories of we're loving love and everything, and then her more vulnerable side. Yeah, there's still a couple songs that don't really fit that mold, such as the ones that are about her fame, but I think that was more arriving later than during this project. This is not really showing that. Yeah, because, you know, she's only like a decade to her career. So she wasn't, I guess, ready to do stuff that's more about things I've learned from 20 years and beyond in the industry. I enjoy the song. It felt really long. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just at the sleepy stage, but I also just don't think it needs to be that long. It is a chill type of song to vibe to, and you'll probably forget how long it is if you're really not paying attention to it. But if you're paying attention to it, it is a little bit long. Track number 12 is In This Life. Oh, I feel like we're chill, but you know, we can always switch it up because that's how she loves to surprise us, especially on this album. Ooh, piano. Sitting on a park bench thinking to myself. He was only 23. Only? I'm 23. I didn't have a chance to say goodbye. Oh no. I love you most of all. Oh, is this like an end of life thing? What for? Oh gosh, you're getting existential. Shouldn't matter who you choose to love. Oh, is this a queer anthem? Love you most of all, what for if you left? Ignorance is not bliss. Ooh. Oh. Ooh, string section. Girl. Someday I pray it will end. I hope it's in this life that hurt ends. So that was In This Life. And wow. I had to look up the lyrics on that because the way that she was talking about this person, at first I thought it was a breakup and we were just in sad girl hours for that. But then they were saying about passing away, and then she specifically said, have you ever watched your best friend die? I was like, what? Okay, I feel like I need to know this. So reference was to her ballet instructor who passed away in 1990, I think. And he passed away due to the AIDS epidemic that was happening. I heard the Who You Love, and I was like, okay, yes. And then the I Hope It's in This Lifetime. I mean, there has to be something that they're trying to change. And I realized, wow, it was for us. And I don't know if this is coming out during then, but I filmed this video during Pride Month. So, yes. Wow. That's some serious stuff right there. No, that's serious. Wow. Sorry. I was not ready to handle that song after that, but I guess she is going into a little social justice. I don't mean that in a joking way. I think she's going into a little social justice mode. And again, she sold the album with, the intimacy appeal, but she is giving some serious stuff, making people listen to the serious stuff, which is powerful. If you have this much influence in the pop music world or in the pop culture landscape, you should use it in some way. And she is, and it's wonderful to hear. But yeah, the song was referencing the AIDS epidemic. A lot of her friends were queer, and they took her to the clubs. She became popular in the dance scene, which is heavily queer filled. Yeah, and a lot of them did not make it to this album release. A lot of them definitely didn't make it to me. I'm glad that she was right in the hope that is in the lifetime. Yep, and it was in her lifetime because she's still here. Knock on wood on that. Happy and long life for you, Madonna. Yes. 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 But the song, dang. Sorry, that put a damper on things in terms of the grooviness and just vibing and dancing. Gosh, you gotta get serious with me. This song could possibly make me cry. We'll see if that carries over into our last song, track number 13, Secret Garden. The name of a book I really loved as a kid. I just do not recall what the plot of that book was. I just know I loved it so much. Ooh, piano. Let's get going back into jazz mode. Oh, the flower. Are we back to down there? Again, more seductive spoken word. Oh, is she actually looking for those things? I thought those were things that was about her. We're just grooving on more piano. So that was Secret Garden, and that was a little groovy way to end. It feels like we were bringing it back to where life begins in her soft, seductive way of whispering and telling you the things you may want to hear. This one was a little less explicit, but I think the Secret Garden was not just talking about her internal struggles or an actual garden. I feel like it was a reference to down south, and again, absolutely respect that. But it also sounds like she is looking for a lover that doesn't have a thorn. The ideal love, basically. Something that's not hardened already. Someone who's openly available and emotionally ready. And maybe she was also just talking about herself, but I think she's also talking about a lover at least. It was a nice song. It didn't really fit within the earlier parts of the album, but I felt like we had this whole departure into a lot of sad or feeling sad moments. It's interesting, and I haven't figured out how I feel about it. With that said, we have finished this project. I did enjoy this project. I thought it was fairly easy listening, whether it was more stripped back or just in terms of the beats. I didn't feel like she was really trying to scare us at any point. There's some moments that are a little extra explicit, but she's not really trying to mess up our vibe. Maybe the Not a Love Song that Bye Bye Baby was, maybe she's really not trying to do chill, but even then it's still a chill FU anthem. So, I mean, there are some bops and some upbeat moments, of course, but I feel like this departure and feeling sad about the queer community as well as sad about a lover, I don't know, we got into this new agey space that I guess, really does make Ray of Light not feel completely out of left field, because I heard that a lot of people and critics had thought that, and that she had entered her singer-songwriter era. And I see that this is not necessarily that way, but I feel like it sows the seeds for her to talk about things in a more confessional singer-songwriter type vibe. I also think that this album was probably very much dedicated to the queer community. How much erotica out there is actually straight? That's what I have to say. When I think of erotica, not that I'm actively looking for it, but I definitely think of sodomy. In this life, that's such a non-sensual thing that I felt like it has to be tied to the community in some way, in the sense that it's a dedication to the queer community and to all's lives who were impacted during the height of that epidemic, and also probably to the people today who still struggle with that or have contracted it through a different way. I only remember really reading about the AIDS epidemic through Ryan White, who, got it from blood transfusion, and that's how he was talked about in our school. And that's really the only time we talked about the rise of HIV. No one was talking about how it was such an issue within the gay community. I had not heard that before. I don't know when I figured that out. I know now I have friends who lived through it. I mean, I have queer parents that lived through it, but we just didn't talk about it much because, I don't know, we just didn't. So that song is definitely the one that's hitting me the most. But I feel like these other songs are talking about the love or the desire, the longing, the yearning, or the anger at someone who the person has moved on with. I feel like a lot of these songs can be dramatic, and not only just in over the top Madonna type way, but in a vulnerable way, letting you feel that emotion and catharsis in its most true, pure form, not muddling it down just to make it more relatable or whatever. I feel like this is a very personal record, and I am excited to continue listening to it. I definitely want to see how it feels in the daytime. It feels almost like a daytime album, which is surprising given what the marketing surely was, and also when the most common time to do similar activities that are discussed in this project are. I think the social justice stuff is interesting and exciting to see that. And yeah, I feel like we at first had a sonic cohesion, and I don't think we do now, but this try to dive into emotionalness makes sense. You're going through life. It's the 90s. We're all thinking about different things. I was thinking about when I was going to get fed or changed soon. I had lived 4 months in the 90s. Let's be real, Eric. But I think this has a lot to offer, and I'm excited to see what that is at the time that I do. With that said, here are some of my favorites of the top tier songs. I love this jam, so I'm going to be playing over and over again. Songs in the middle are songs I like. I'll add them to my playlist, but they might not be the top of the top. And songs at the bottom are just not really my thing. Doesn't mean it's a bad song. Doesn't mean it can't be your favorite song. Just means it's not for me. And that's okay. Madonna wrote this album when I was -7. So it's going to have those moments. But some things are going to hit hard. Some things are just going to bop. Some things are going to make me cry. It's got everything for you. It's going to make you feel everything so viscerally. If you like this video, please like it, comment down below, check to react to or new next on my channel. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already and you'd like to be. And thanks for watching. This is TurtleStormer. Catch you later.
Get out of the dark and get into my heart. You gotta do your part for a brand new start. Don't it just feel right? Looking in my eyes until we see the light. Dance with me tonight. Think it's pretty obvious that I'll run the show. I'm thinking about you when you could ever know. And I can see that.
Anyway, bye. Peace.